Hello friends, welcome back once again to our online educational video. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the another important topic of pharmacology. This topic is going to be considered as the very basic as far as the pharmacology is considered. So friends, whenever we have to carry the in vitro pharmacological practicals and where specially we are using the acetylcholine as a drug, we need to prepare the different concentrations of acetylcholine. Most of the times this acetylcholine solution is provided to the students by the lab assistants in the ready-made form. So the students are unaware how exactly these acetylcholine solutions of the desired concentration has been prepared. So in order to upgrade their knowledge about how exactly these acetylcholine solutions of a different concentration are going to be prepared, this topic has been prepared and we are going to discuss throughout this presentation how to prepare the acetylcholine solutions of a desired concentration. So first of all, friends, let us come to know that how this acetylcholine looks like. A pure acetylcholine, whatever it is made available in the laboratory, from the different dealers, it is generally present as a white crystalline powder. So means it is solid in nature. We know very well that acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter and secreted by the cholinergic nerve. But it can be prepared. Now it can be prepared within the laboratory, and now these are made available as a white crystalline powder. Now friends, in order to prepare the acetylcholine solution, the next questions come in our mind is that what kind of solvent should be used, whether the acetylcholine solution can be prepared by using water. So of course not, because of what, we know very well that most of the drugs are going to be prepared by using a distilled water as a solvent, but acetylcholine is not that case. In case of the acetylcholine, you have to prepare the acetylcholine solution by using 5% NaH2PO4, means 5% of sodium dihydrogen phosphate as a solvent. What happens exactly whenever this acetylcholine solution is prepared within a water? So it get hydrolyzed. So whenever the acetylcholine solution is prepared by using the water, it get hydrolyzed easily into the acetic acid and choline. So it is the reason for what we have to prepare the acetylcholine solution by using 5% of sodium dihydrogen phosphate. This sodium dihydrogen phosphate acts as a buffer, and we know very well the characteristics of buffer, that these buffer solutions do not allow the solution to change its pH. Means what? As soon as the hydrolysis of water takes place, acetic acid forms and acetic acid results into change in the pH. So the pH of the acetic acid solution is going to be decreased. But when it is prepared by using the 5% of sodium dihydrogen phosphate, it will not allow the acetic acid to be formed. It will not allow the acetylcholine solution to change its pH. Means what? It will not allow the hydrolysis of acetylcholine, means it prevents the hydrolysis of acetylcholine into the acetic acid and the choline. And it is the reason for what, instead of the water, acetylcholine is prepared into the 5% of sodium dihydrogen phosphate. So now let us first of all learn how exactly these 5% of sodium dihydrogen phosphate can be prepared. We know very well, it is very easy that you need to weigh the 5 gram of sodium dihydrogen phosphate, and once you weigh this one, it is going to be dissolved in 100 ml of distilled water. So simple. If you want to prepare the 1000 ml of the 5% of NaH2PO4, you need to weigh the 50 gram of the NaH2PO4 and will be dissolved in 1000 ml of distilled water. So you should come to know that how much of the volume of 5% of NaH2PO4 has to be prepared. Based upon that, we will carry out the simple calculations and we'll find out how much of the sodium dihydrogen phosphate has to be weighed and how much of the volume of the distilled water has to be measured. Now we can prepare the desired volume, any desired volume of the 5% NaH2PO4. So now once we prepare the NaH2PO4, then we can proceed for the preparation of acetylcholine solution. So first of all, we will learn how to prepare the 1000 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. So first of all, weigh 100 mg of acetylcholine and dissolve it into the 100 ml of 5% NaH2PO4 by using the volumetric flask. Take it into the volumetric flask. So whatever the acetylcholine available, it is in the solid form, so it can be easily weighed as a 100 mg. So definitely what we came to know here, if you have to prepare the 100 ml, you need to weigh the 100 mg. If you have to prepare the 50 ml of the solution, you may need to weigh 50 mg of acetylcholine, but the condition is that your balance should be such advanced that it should weigh the minimum quantity, such a minimum quantity of 50 mg or the 25 mg. So if you want to prepare the only 25 ml of 1000 microgram per ml, so you can weigh the 25 mg of acetylcholine and dissolve it into the 25 ml of 5% NaH2PO4. Means now whatever the solution we have prepared, it will have a concentration of 1 mg per ml. In another language, it can be said that it is having the concentration of 1000 microgram per ml. As we know very well, 1 mg is equivalent to the 1000 microgram. So once this acetylcholine solution of 1000 microgram per ml is prepared within a volumetric flask, that volumetric flask should be labeled as a stock solution, and the further dilutions can be made. The further dilutions of 100 microgram per ml, 10 microgram per ml, 25 microgram per ml, it can be made by using the stock solution. And such a prepared stock solution or the such a prepared acetylcholine solution, it is considered to be stable for a week. Now friends, we are having the stock solution. We learn how to prepare the stock solution. It is so easy. The equal quantity of the acetylcholine and the equal quantity of 5% of NaH2PO4 should be weighed in order to produce 1000 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. And once we prepare the stock solution, with the help of stock solution, as we said, we can prepare 100 microgram per ml, 10 microgram per ml and 1 microgram per ml. Let us learn how it can be prepared. So now we are having stock solution. So pipette out 10 ml of the stock solution and dilute it up to 100 ml with 5% of NaH2PO4. It will yield 100 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. Pipette out 1 ml of stock solution, dilute it up to 100 ml with 5% of NaH2PO4. It will yield 10 microgram per ml of acetylcholine. If you pipette out 0.1 ml and if it is diluted up to the 100 ml with 5% of NaH2PO4, this time it will yield 1 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. Now friends, we came to know that how exactly 100 microgram per ml, 10 microgram per ml and 1 microgram per ml of acetylcholine should be prepared. And every time we have used the 100 ml of the volumetric flask, means 100 every time we diluted the given volume up to the 100 ml of 5% of NaH2PO4. But now question is that, sir, there will be a question in one's mind that how exactly we should select this volume, and how exact volume of the acetylcholine should be pipetted out from the stock solution, for how much amount it should get diluted. डेफिनेटली एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि कितना वॉल्यूम हम पिपेट आउट करें सर, और कितने वॉल्यूम तक इसे डाइल्यूट करें, तब जाके हमें जो कुछ भी कॉन्सेंट्रेशन का सॉल्यूशन बनाना है वो हम बना सकें. सो इज देयर एनी फार्मूला बाय विच you will get the answer of your question? So definitely here is a formula. What is this one? C1V1 is equal to C2V2. So what does this indicate? C1V1, 1 indicate the initial concentration and the initial volume. C stands for concentration, V stands for volume, and the C2V2 stands for the final concentration and the final volume. So definitely when we are using the stock solution, so means the concentration of stock solution should be considered as a C1, and if you are pipetting out the 10 ml, it should be considered as a V1, correct? V1. So now if you are going to dilute it with 100 ml, you can put the value of 100 ml as a V2. So definitely you will get the answer 100 microgram per ml, correct? So if you know the concentration, if you don't know the V2, add the value of C2 and you will get the answer with the V2. So by placing these values into the formula, we will get simple calculations and answer to this question. So how exactly this dilution should be carried out? So here you can see that we are having the V1 as a 10 ml, C1 as a means initial concentration 1000 microgram per ml, and we were having the volume final volume as a 100 ml. We take the final volume as a 100 ml, barabar. So all these values 10, here it is 10, 100 ml it is a V2, means final volume it is a 100 ml, and C1 it is 1000 microgram per ml. Upon performing the calculations, you get the concentration of the resultant solution as a 100 microgram per ml. In the second case, we have taken 1 ml and 1 ml of the 1000 microgram per ml and diluted up to the 100 ml. So definitely we get a concentration of a resultant solution 10 microgram per ml. And in the third case, we take the initial volume as a 0.1 and the initial concentration as a 1000 microgram per ml diluted into 100 ml. Upon performing the calculation, you will come to know that the concentration of the resultant solution is 1 microgram per ml. Okay, let us have the much more practice about this, so that you will get the enough idea how exactly to prepare the acetylcholine solution of the desired concentration. सो नाउ फ्रेंड्स, अब आपको क्या किया गया है कि जो सॉल्यूशन है, स्टॉक सॉल्यूशन नहीं दिया गया है, अभी आपको दिया गया है सॉल्यूशन 100 माइक्रोग्राम पर एमएल का। 100 माइक्रोग्राम पर एमएल का एसिटिलकोलिन सॉल्यूशन दिया जाता है और आपको कहा जाता है कि बाय यूजिंग दिस 100 माइक्रोग्राम पर एमएल ऑफ एसिटिलकोलिन सॉल्यूशन प्रिपेयर 10 microgram per ml and 1 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. So how will you prepare that one? So this is going to be a simple exercise for us, so that we will get a clear idea about how to prepare the acetylcholine solution of a desired concentration. Here it is. So now we are, instead of the stock solution, instead of the 1000 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution, we are having 100 microgram per ml of acetylcholine. If we prepare out 10 ml, but suppose if you don't know for how much volume it has to be diluted, so we should consider as a dilute it up to the x ml with the 5% of NaH2PO4, so that it will prepare the 10 microgram per ml of acetylcholine. So in the second case, let us assume that if we pipette out the 1 ml and diluted it up to the certain volume, means the certain volume is considered as a y ml of 5% NaH2PO4 to produce 10 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. Again, in the third case, let us pipette out 1 ml, then again we will find out the exact volume for what it has to be diluted, so that should be considered as a z ml, so that it will produce the 1 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. So with the help of the similar formula, that is the C1V1 is equal to C2V2. Now we don't know the final volume, that is x, y, z, so that should be considered as a V2. So V2 can be given by this formula, V2 is equal to C1V1 divided by C2. So upon adding all this value, we will get the answer for the x, y and z. So in the very first case, let us find out the value of x. So we are having the initial concentration C1, the 100 microgram per V1 10 ml. Here we have pipette out 10 ml, so that's why it is given the 10 ml V1, and the C2 means the final concentration we have to prepare 10 microgram per ml. So we will definitely get the V2, that is the x ml. So upon performing these calculations, we will get the answer, and that is nothing but what, 100 ml. And now you can say that if you prepare out 10 ml of the 100 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution and dilute it up to 100 ml with 5% of NaH2PO4, it will yield 10 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution. It is so easy. So let us find out the same in the second case. So the C1 in this case, it is 100 microgram per ml. It is not going to be changed. V1 we selected 1 ml, so added 1 ml. And how much C2, the final concentration, this value C2 is the 10 microgram per ml. Upon performing the calculation, you will get the value of y as a 10 ml, and now you will get the answer. If you pipette out 1 ml, it should get diluted up to the 10 ml with 5% of NaH2PO4, so that the resultant solution will be of a concentration 10 microgram per ml. Now let us find out in the third case. where the C1 is 100 microgram per ml, but we change the V1 as a 1 ml. Yes, it is 1 ml. And we also change the C2. This time C2 we selected as a 1 microgram per ml, 1 microgram per ml. So what should be the value for the Z? Means for how much amount it should be diluted. So we will get the value of Z as 100 ml. So this one 100 ml. So if you prepare out 1 ml of 100 microgram per ml of acetylcholine solution and dilute it up to 100 ml with 5% of NH2PO4, it will yield a solution of a concentration 1 microgram per ml. So now friends, I think you got the enough idea about how to prepare the acetylcholine solution of a desired concentration. I hope you should not forget at any case that how to prepare a solution of a desired concentration. It is not in the case of the acetylcholine, but it is also applicable for the any other solution wherever we have to carry the operations, or wherever we have to carry the calculations in order to prepare the solutions of a desired concentration and the desired quantity. So I hope this video might be helpful for you, and if you found this useful and helpful for you, do not forget to like and share this video. And now friends, if we are carrying the in vitro practicals where we are using the ileum or the intestinal part of the hen or the chicken as a biological sample, and recording the dose response curve by using that biological sample, we need to prepare a physiological salt solution. This time this particular type of the physiological salt solution is known as a thyroid physiological salt solution. So the composition of physiological salt solution are in front of you. So if you have to prepare the given volume of the thyroid physiological salt solution, the simple calculations can be made and the desired volume can be prepared. So for example, if you want to prepare the 2 liters of the physiological salt solution, I have given the examples, I have provided the calculations for the how much of the components should be weighed in order to prepare the physiological salt solution. So thank you very much friends. I hope this video might be helpful for you. Have a nice day and goodbye.